Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the Blob. So, we've unlocked the last level. I assume it's a level and that it isn't just a boss fight. It might be a boss fight. Being labeled as Lake Radia, it does imply to me that there might just be a large amount of water, but if you actually look at the design, it would seem like it would be a big round area. That being said, the design of each of these locations really is more centered around the largest landmark in the area, not the entire area. We managed to not unlock one level, so we'll have to listen to the same music a second time, I guess. Taking on the general who flew off in a spaceship, basically, at the end of the last level. They're just re-showing it right now. And they showed off helicopters, but helicopters and planes haven't really played a role in the game. And then they're showing that the helmets inflated into blimps for these bad guys also. So, an interesting question to take from this is, ink seems to wash off, so are the ink bad guys really well off setting to an island? I guess that would be the question. You'd almost assume that cutscene should be that the entire ocean is full of ink and that there's a layer of ink protection around it. I still have a small bit of hope that we might run into a mech battle, but not a huge amount of hope. Not a huge amount of hope for much of anything, really. I kind of suspect we're not going to get 100% colored in or anything like that. A lot of what I'm seeing here, outside of the clipping, is pretty much just the same old. Build up our reserves as much as possible. Lots of pipes. Well, this is our way. This was to be our greatest victory, but it may be our greatest defeat. We thought that we had Comrade Black at the Ministry of Ink, but he escaped us. He's about to leave our planet in his spaceship. He's an alien? Wow. Well, at the end of the game, and apparently he's an alien. First, they told me of that. And here's the terrible news. Ink are loading our color on board. Comrade Black intends to fire it all into a black hole and destroy it forever. There is certainly an interesting thought about the transferability, even now the Inkies are fleeing Chroma City. Must not allow Comrade Black to get away. Make your way to the docks. There's still time. Yeah, it's an interesting idea to have like a fully transferable color. Now, if I really want to paint everything, I would have to jump over to that, which, yeah, that would be tough. Still gone around it several times extra to get ink and really haven't still accomplished it. So I'd have to jump and paint and then jump back. We have 23 minutes, so not immediately rushed. We can just paint things as we go. But this definitely doesn't feel like I quite have gotten everything. It definitely does seem to me like there's a higher section. Okay, well, I guess this is the only way to go. So I question if the entirety of this level isn't just going to be little small sections like this. We're getting away with coloring things in, seems fairly quickly. I have suspected that there's really only going to be a few things you paint in and color in, and that this is all going to be just okay, so you jump over this edge, and then that gets you to that. That lets you paint that. That lets you reach here. Which lets you get back up here. Can't really get anywhere, so I'm probably just gonna die here, just because the water is too far away. I drained a lot of my paint. You would have to suspect that there just wouldn't be a challenge at all in this last level. That would be perhaps boring, but yeah, my other concern certainly would be you hit that and then you get inked, and then you're inking things backwards and forwards, losing color. Yeah, weirdly, it's a little strange that that's not how this game works. That there aren't sections where you do have to get inked and then you have to, like, it wouldn't make sense that you would have to get certain areas, get through an area by getting inked, and then come back later to undo the inking. Right. We needed brown, and we handled that poorly. Right, so let's just not hit anything else. Or hit the ink. Oh, seriously? camera angles still as wonky as ever. So we start off as red. Save taking red again. Save taking this yellow. Save taking this blue. Then once you have all of that, we can then waste a bunch of time just pressing the A button. You can definitely feel, if this wasn't a Wii game, that the gray cons in the background over the areas would be jumping up, cheering for you, saying yay, singing, something like that. Like doing some kind of fight song or something. It really still doesn't really change much. It just means that if I carefully position myself, I can hit the tree and then hit the water and not be afraid of undoing the tree. I'm almost certain though that I've missed something. Down to 17 minutes now in this level, and definitely doesn't feel any different than any other level before it. You can either choose to ignore a lot of stuff and rush through it, or you can take your time. I'm still having some stuttering. That seems, I wouldn't even really call it stuttering. It's a pretty obvious lag that's happening as the camera spins, as probably it's loading in new textures. We're seeing a massive amount of pop-in also. And honestly, they hurt themselves on that aspect, because if they had just gone with solid colors instead of patterns with solid colors, I imagine their engine would have been able to handle it more, although by modern computer standards, it should be able to handle this just fine. But it isn't. It's not clearly any more optimized than it originally was for the Wii. I don't even know if we're going to see any radiance in this. I want to get some paint. Don't want to go through the jumps without paint. We've reached the docks, Blob. We already had a dock section. Shut off the pumps that are stealing our color. Clean out the last ink from Lake Radia. So it is a lake full of ink. It did appear to find a way onto Comrade Black's spaceship. So I guess this would be a way you could potentially set up for a sequel too, is that you could have Blob win the day but end up on the spaceship going to a different planet that perhaps wouldn't have any color on it, or would have very little color, and so you'd have to, I don't know, mine it up from the depths of the planet's core. Or limit yourself to a smaller amount of color. So that's yellow. So each secondary and primary color seems like it's going to be released. Only 25% of the level's been painted. Interesting. I would have thought way more. I would think that maybe you would accomplish something special by releasing all these pumps. But seemingly no. Maybe that's opened up some platforming area later. Let's see what this one says to do. "25 seconds to do this, 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 and that." So that was very redundant. Just as a way of having you do the same thing. Make sure you've done the thing. We've now unlocked the gate. Yeah, the whole camera angle of this game though really just ruins this idea. Because ideally you would, from every angle, see an ocean of ink and be in awe of their ability to render an ocean of ink. Which, I mean, to some extent that would have been doable even on the Wii. Wind Waker, Zelda, is an ocean, and they use the ocean in particular to just hide looting. Interesting, I got washed off as the ink was receding. Look around. I'm not 100% sure that there isn't some kind of secret. And I guess I'll never be 100% sure. Next challenge. Do we do this? Yeah, this is where we started. All the movement of the pistons up and down are causing it to stutter. Okay, so we would have needed yellow to defeat those guys. Clean up this water. Your journey across Lake Rydo will be a lot easier. Let's turn the machine against and transform it with 50 yellow paint. But yeah, we're right on the waterfront, so it would make a heck of a lot of sense to be able to spin around the camera and see the ocean, see edges of things, see anything interesting at all. It's just not really that easy to pull that off. I guess those are brown characters. Start the next challenge. Halfway there. Shut off the flow of color to a spaceship. We can't let him get away with this. Start there. That. Get bounced up. Seems like just hitting the switches is coloring the types and everything. We finished the challenge, but didn't hit the switch. Yeah. Once again, this just feels like a level that if I miss something in the halfway point, I don't know if I can really go back and paint it later. There's a weird inconsistency. You walk to an area and it triggers a cutscene versus other elements only being started when you hit X next to a marker. So even if you were trying to speedrun the game, you'd still get these odd breaks. Unless the game at some point gives a true speedrunning mode. Yeah, this dock section looks extremely similar to the previous dock section. Looks like dropping down here might have been an idea, although it didn't do anything for me. And if we really want to paint everything, you just have to rub against every wall. This game is very much a wall grinding experience that only really would make sense if you assume what I assume, which is that this is originally was going to be a skating game where wall grinding would have made a lot more sense, and at some point a shift was made as far as the design decisions, or arguably maybe not an intentional shift as much as an abandonment of the first goal in favor of just finishing a project that put out there. See, I don't know how easy it is. It's gonna be that. 50 yellow points. Okay. So stay with 50. This may be the only radiance in the whole game. In the whole level. Yeah, that's the entire radiance. Although, I'm not sure I can actually leave. See you there. Doesn't seem like you can. You can't jump that high. So, just bypass all of the turrets and see if maybe by doing this, this will get rid of the turrets easier. I guess maybe it is an argument that you can't complain too much about consistency in a game. So the thing is at least allowing you to be fairly consistent, or it is itself being fairly consistent. That jump. Yeah, I have no idea how to really pull that off. Where am I supposed to be going now? Guess that's how you get that. And then what am I supposed to do? Jump here? Jump here? Wow. Am I doing some section that has to be done, or am I just in some, like, extra area? Because to me, it seems like there's still stuff to be done. As much color. I guess it's color, not ink. Oh, there's just like whole... There's a whole section here that looks like you could easily have missed. It doesn't seem like when you're in this mode, that's all the billboards. It doesn't seem like when you're in this mode, you you can attack another tanker. You have to wait. Then you can do that. Get super again. Still a lot of room to miss stuff. These half walls counting and... Oh, we are already done with all the challenges. So, it is pointing over there on the other side of that fence. They pointed in. I don't know if I can easily get back there. If the paint shot you up, if the paint charged you up, if the paint filled you with even ink or paint. Alright, come on. So this is probably the entirety of the trees here, also just hidden under this section. We have 10 minutes left, so there's a lot of room for failure. Since we have to go around this way. Little edges. I wouldn't have even thought of that. And seemingly there's still more. Section here with an anchor and a wall. There's a section over there, which I'm gonna have to long jump to. Yeah, I just don't know how I'm actually supposed to reach that. Got all this different color that's been painted all on the surface. Has that been going on the entire game? It's gone completely unnoticed by me if we have been leaving color trails. That feels like fairly big feature to totally miss out on and not realize what's happening. Is it more height or is it a boat that I should be riding? a little bit of progress, but it does seem like I'm either going to have to jump on the rocks. And I guess that's an interesting question that I should already know the answer to, as far as if I was in the super mode, would I perhaps not lose my color when in water? I bet you still would. It would be nice if you didn't. I can't get any higher here. So unless just the extra height there with these awkward jumps is enough to make all the way to that landmass. I have like 5 minutes though too, so one last attempt and then we've got to give up. We need to get out of here. You would almost think what they'd want to do is have these radians act as like breadcrumb trails. That way you could always know that the right way to go forward would be to run to the radians. What are we supposed to be doing here in the last few minutes? So keep your color and jump. If I wanted everything painted, I'd almost certainly have to paint all these boats. I'm just going to assume that the V jump is the way. We're not painting that, we're not painting that. So, yeah, so much for potentially trying to get everything painted. We're now off into space. Made it on board, Blob. Do we have enough time? It's no turning back now. Head up to the next deck. I hate how much pressure this game puts on you with the time limits, when actually the time limits don't even really matter that much because you get extra time. As soon as you die, you get another 3 minutes. So you can actually just relax on it, but I keep forgetting that. Whoops. And if falling off the edge leads to an instant kill, that's concerning. That could happen quite a bit. There's a whole combo counting system for how many of those enemies you smash. you'd think maybe that would lead to something more important. Or at least an achievement for getting a high combo. But I bet there isn't. It's a little surprising this game has achievements at all. It's not like the Wii had achievements. Although the concept, I'm sure, existed in some Wii games. And the PlayStation at the time, which would have been the competition, potentially put this game on, would have not really had a lot of motion control. I don't think it would have had any motion control. So let's see how this game could have been ported to PlayStation and actually work. Why am I trying to paint everything? It's too late. We need to just move forward. Being all in the air. Suppose introduces a new danger. You potentially could train the player to play too cautiously at the end. Honestly, this probably should be more of a victory lap level where you should just run wild. Let's check the progress here. So yeah, 58% painted, 3 of 10 landmarks, 1 terraforming, 21 of 26 trees, and 4 of 13 styles. So I've either missed a considerable amount, which is believable, or everything is just going to unlock very abruptly. Definitely tell you have a very low chance of painting everything in this level. And if anything, this is just drawing that line in the sand where if you wanted to do everything, the game is going to make you struggle to do everything and play the level that on average is taking me 2 hours or an hour and a half to do a level. The game would potentially make me play it a second time, for even longer, being even more cautious to paint everything and collect everything. And then on top of all of that, the game is going to want you to play the levels a third time. Silas contain color stolen from its paint, red, orange, and yellow, and jettison them. When you're ready, the gate is above you. These guys not really saying anything interesting, just directing you. So by jettisoning those sections, you might be exposing that there's something you missed. It's really weird to have these tiny... So now we're gonna just be constantly bombarded. So it's less ideal. How'd I get shot up? I don't even know what happened there. Yeah. I guess the fan shot me up, which that does create a weird situation where the whole game there could have been fans and so I have 42 seconds until I die because I ran out of time. Slide. Now I've got 10 seconds. I was kind of extremely lucky there in that to die as I was... What is it pointing to that's not painted? Something on the other side of this wall. Oh, nope, that wasn't as lucky as I'd hoped. I'd hoped that that would have kept me from falling down to this lower section, but no such luck. That doesn't feel like this is painted, but I guess it is. Continue to move forward. It gets really hard at the end of a game series like this where there is just a lot of monotonous gameplay to have new or even individualized criticism, particularly without repeating yourself. I guess this is probably a good example of where I would prefer a collectathon game instead of a paint everything game. Because if you're collecting stars or something, each individual star tends to be a little bit more interesting than just painting elements. I guess there aren't too many games where you are just painting elements. Although, if you were going to compare this to, say, like Mario 64, where you're collecting stars, darn it, that's going to take some time to recover from. there's 120 stars in Super Mario 64, and each star is a fairly unique experience, whereas I'd imagine there's somewhere upwards of 1 million things to paint in this game, and none of it is anywhere interesting. And I'm running out of time again, so for fear that I would not actually finish this level, I'm going to try and speed up here. See if we can approach 99% painted. I've already made the decision in my mind that I wouldn't come back and want to do this level to 100% paint it unless they unlock some new mode or something to accommodate you a lot more. Something that would save your progress when you leave a level, or remove the time limit. At a certain level, this whole music element is annoying, so I could see myself wanting to just mute the game and like, turn on a podcast or something and listen to that instead while going through a level for 2 or 3 hours. But even at that, it just wouldn't be a good quality experience. It would be an OCD experience, being obsessive to paint everything just to get an award, which it still seems like you really don't get anything, or if you do get something from the reward, the getting all the awards, that's something seems to be insignificant. Yeah, 5 lives, we may. I mean, it's not completely inconceivable that I would spend like the entirety of 5 lives with a final boss fight if the final boss fight turned out to be particularly difficult. I'm missing so many things that every time I walk by here, there's another thing I've missed. There's just no shortcuts. It almost seems like you could use the fan to get you up that high, but nope, it's just not quite high enough. And obviously they put the wall there to stop you from doing that exact thing. And the slope makes getting that super difficult. Got only a few minutes, but I guess getting to the next level will reset a lot of that. It might be that the aspects of this level being circular highlights the problem with the compass, and that might explain why so much of the other levels are not circular, but linear. Because I would have just assumed that the circular would have been a way to design a lot of the all the other levels. None of them really are that circular. Some of them are a little bit circular, but wide square circles more than anything. Still got a lot to do. Weirdly, they aren't leaning on the cliche of the good guys getting kidnapped too often. Like, that happened once early in the game with one of the revolutionary characters, and then never again. Which I kind of have to applaud that level of restraint. Could have imagined that they might have wanted to have the good guys getting captured or kidnapped once per level, even. So this whole section down there is a section I just haven't dealt with. I'm not sure I need to deal with it. Back to just 5 minutes. See, I'm already at the gold level, so collecting a higher score really isn't doing anything for me. Curve around here. The game is effectively pushing you downward. And who knows if it really needs you to jump through there, but probably not. So we missed a lot of stuff. We need purple. So how do we get purple? Purple would be red and blue. It's like a red, I guess, up there. Yellow, green, yellow, so we can sabotage the ship. We have 5 lives right now. If we get 3 minutes for every life, then that's basically 15 extra minutes without doing anything else. Try and paint things. Why is there a whole wall of ink coming out of that, though? It feels like that's a visual glitch. We missed out on fighting that way. Guess what I've done is I've sabotaged the ship and potentially made it impossible for me to paint everything. Whoops. That's 1 life. This really is just ridiculous. You're just not going to spend that much time, or be able to spend that much time painting everything in this level. You just don't need anywhere much points as you're getting. It's like the game actively wants you to score over 1,000,000 just so you feel good. I am not sure where I'm supposed to be, though. We're supposed to... Yeah, I guess we were supposed to be dropping the thing. So we dropped this out of paint, we've sabotaged the thing, but I don't see where the path is now. So those are the landmarks, interesting. So where are we on progress then? 82% painted, 1 terraforming. We probably missed a tree. We probably could find maybe a couple more styles. But I really have no clue as to where I'm even supposed to go. Yes. Coming down this way gives me a path this way. Such as walking this way. Comrade Black is up this ramp. Blob, there's nowhere you can run to. Go get him. So I'd heavily suspect that brown would be helpful. Let's see. We're at 100, so there's really nothing else we could do. I could certainly try and paint things, but that's not worth the time. We have 5 minutes. It looks like it's going to be a big arena boss battle with a lot of minions running around. And I guess I finally am going to get my mech battle. Which, yeah, I suspected it would make sense. Comrade Black is piloting the giant robot. Really made sense. Okay, so we've got to paint things green. Looks like, okay, so blue and yellow. These inking things, it's only going to make it more difficult to paint things green, and there's just a lot of stuff, a lot of different ways to run into things. So I imagine we're going to have to do this multiple times with different colors, probably all 6 colors. And we have 3 minutes in. Orange and purple now, so maybe the game's going to be a little bit more probably is just going to be beneficial to kill whatever we can kill. Then we can kill things. Really would like to see, though, cut me some slack and let me not accidentally run into water. See, it almost seems like the move maybe to stay on the inner ring. If I could have made myself only worry Maybe I'm supposed to just jump about changing colors when I was holding down a button. That would work. And then ignore the spikes basically, just roll over them. I don't even know how you're supposed to do this. He's actively destroying your progress. And this is kind of the sequence that would have only been way worse with the remote. The ridiculous fun of waggling a remote around really hid some pretty awful gameplay in Wii games. In this case, I would say fairly lazy game design. Purple. Green's not a color we're trying to make. Brown's not a color we're trying to make. Back to purple. Yeah, and I'm just running out of time at this rate. And if I die in this whole process, is it going to reset me all the way to the beginning? Very possibly. And it would be believable, certainly. This is just not working well. I wonder if the game would be much different if I could have, as a red painted blob, painted it red, and then as a blue painted blob, painted it blue, and then combined the two colors. I suspect that probably wouldn't have changed too much. Just want to collect some paint at the moment. If I can get it an orange painted, that'd be great, but barely have enough. And see, if this was a Nintendo boss, this would be the last time. 3 times a turn and you would just win the boss battle. What would speedrunning this be like, I wonder? Yeah, and my theory may be proven true here, as far as accidentally wasting all of your lives. Got some browns now. Going up. It does just kind of feel like the guy is shooting a lot more. I do think it probably would have made the game a little bit more checkpointy, for lack of a better term, if I did have that option of painting it one color, then painting it a second color to get the combined colors. All about brown now. Brown and not dying and not running out of time. Just be careful to not hit anything as we spin around with this platform. It's still a fairly big mistake that brown is the combined color. It's such a boring color. I guess the next question though would be, is this going to make me do 100 of something, of any color, next, or is that just the end of the boss battle? Guess it's just the end of the boss battle. And then the last terraforming is here, so we didn't miss that, which I could have believed I missed it way earlier in the game. Where is it? It's on the other side of the robot, though. You'd almost hope that the game would give you 100% painted now. They did a callback to the blind guy at the beginning of the game, but that guy wasn't like a recurring gag or anything. So that seems like that blew up the ship and returned color to the entire planet, which really doesn't leave you open to have a sequel. They're showing aquatic animals that play no part in the game. They're showing the guy skating, again hinting how this really should have been a skating game. If you were moving much smoother and skating throughout the entire game, it definitely would have felt a lot better as an experience. Alright, and so we made it to credits, and that took an hour and 20 minutes, basically, to get through that level. I very much am in this weird position where, because the concept is so simplistic, in fact it's kind of crazy that there aren't more games like this. You have Splatoon, which does something very different with the idea of color and paint, and does it a lot better, where I'm not sure there's too many other things. Portal 2 has acceleration gel and bouncing gel that are colored, and you do a little bit of spraying of that paint, but not a lot. But since it's basically a generic concept of let's have a red, green, blue attack, which would be just like the equivalent in a fantasy game of a fire and ice and a earth attack, and then combining those into combined attacks for the secondary colors, and then combining them all again for third colors for a brown. Yep. So that, I guess, is how you would normally see it in a game. Instead of just color being an ink, it would be a different type of an attack. But the basic, even lower level concept of painting things in red, green, and blue really should be in more games. But because there isn't that much, it leaves me with this feeling like there's a beginning of an idea in this game, and that a different company giving it a second chance would make a better experience, particularly in modern times, learning from previous games, learning from Splatoon, learning from the Blob. Arguably, maybe the color concept is too simplistic and doesn't stand out well enough. Inherently, THQ, Tokyo headquarters or Toy headquarters, was a company that was making a lot of games to sell to really young kids, and eventually that became their downfall of overcommitting in perhaps one audience and overcommitting in gimmick games, and games that didn't really have enough of a long tail following to them. I'm sure people bought the Blob when the Wii would have been super popular, and any game for the Wii would have been acceptable because kids had played them all. But in modern time, this is not the kind of game that would just be green lit for no reason. You'd need a better justification for it. Yeah. But I do like the color aspect, and I do like the painting aspect. I think in a modern game, you'd probably have a whole texture system, kind of like the banner system in Minecraft, and you probably would want an open world, procedurally generated world like Minecraft. One of the flaws, I would say, in Minecraft, which is a super popular game, is that you do a lot of mining in which you get dirt and stone and granite, and there's not that much you can do with dirt, stone, and granite in the game. So if you were doing a lot of drilling or mining in a world and you were getting, say, solid red, green, and blue elements to build things, and you were getting liquid and even maybe gas, red, green, and blue elements, then you could craft a lot of things with colors. On top of having a procedurally generated world like Minecraft would be interesting visually, particularly compared to this game, which feels like it's almost a procedurally generated world. You see way too many buildings and boxes, way too many fences, way too many pipes. The camera is a major problem there too, but even if I could swing around the camera, there's not a lot of interesting visuals. 27 minutes would have been the time they wanted you to beat this level with. So we've unlocked a couple of secret missions. But yeah, inherently there is no substance. Well, I wouldn't say no, but not enough substance in this game. So let's see. I'd have to play this whole level all the way through to get this last section done. So let's see what that would really feel like. I'm just gonna straight up try and speed run this level with as much. This is the highway level. Even at the end of the game here though, I don't know what actually gives me the score. So don't know what I would target. Everything is reset when you play these levels. I guess inherently you are trying to paint as much as possible and add as much color as possible. So you're going to either accomplish that through actually painting things, or you're going to accomplish that through each one of these is going to give you 50. And each wall is going to give you 100. The system here is just kind of a mess because of the way you control things here. It's just not a smooth experience. Doesn't feel like there's a cheat here to any of this. Doesn't feel like there's a way to paint a bunch of stuff. Noticeably, the game did not unlock any new mode or anything like that. I do know that jumping to this and then using Z targeting allows you to accomplish the challenges. Combined with more time. Targeting specific cars here is still incredibly difficult. So these cars really need to be all painted. I guess I should have turned off the tutorials, although, in all fairness, if you don't spend too much time playing the game a second time, tutorials don't matter that much. Guys are long since stopped being a threat. I think what this is mostly proving is that speedrunning this is actually impossible. If I ignored everything else, maybe I could speedrun this level. But you're not gonna succeed in accomplishing the other goals and the other challenges if you're speedrunning. I'm not. Maybe there's somebody out there that could pull it off. All I can really do is try to play as thoroughly as possible to start with. Managed to muddle my way through that. And then we're going to have an actual challenge to paint things a specific color, I think. Here. I almost wonder if moving fast might be a way of increasing the score. Just skipping sections effectively. Building in the corner. Oh, and this may really just be a nightmare anyways, because this may be that section where there's just a lot of stuff.
Blob. You got that, huh? Got it?
I guess just being efficient might be helpful. Paint as many things as possible. I guess the question is, what level of progress are we at? Like, the game doesn't seem to be accounting for it. We should probably be at a bronze level right now. The whole concept of painting things different colors seems to be out the window, too. The game doesn't... pretty much forgot that whole idea. In the later half. It almost feels like a different level, but really I'm sure it's more of a case that I've just forgotten all about this level, because if this is the level I was thinking of, all the frustrating aspects. get high enough and just start the fight without actually having to jump up there. Feel like I missed some bad guys. Yep, I did. So I guess if we get all these challenges done in the first go, might be something to that idea. Of course, in that case, I'd have to remember what the challenge was to paint all these different sections. And that's pretty tall order. Bad guys and the good guys that need to be painted look far too similar. I'm not even gonna bother to try and paint these because I know the specific colors. I vaguely suspect that I'm supposed to paint the central parts of these buildings purple. Yeah, undoubtedly I've gotten a little bit better. But probably not that much better. Orange. Okay. Blue. Green. Brown. Blue. The terraforming there actually helps. There we go. Pretty obviously, this is not the experience we want first. Although maybe it doesn't matter too much. Billboards. Now. Mostly, what I probably did the first time I played this is I spent way too much time doing fairly redundant things. Probably spent a lot of time going in circles. Or spent a lot of time trying to paint things. But when the challenges would have just made me do it again. I keep expecting to be able to skip all of this. And then I'm hitting the start button to try and skip it, and that's not working. Yeah, I was expecting that final level to really take a little bit longer, but the final level, if anything, is still too long for the fact that there's it was too long for what it was doing. And for what it was actually offering, but it could have been longer if there was, say, a mini boss in between it, or if there was a lot more diversity in the level. I don't know what I'm supposed to be even doing right now. I guess we're doing this. The other police station. The other landmark. Now all I want was gold. So if we look at the progress here, still haven't actually gotten it close enough to that. Was the tricky one. So we want to do this one. Probably next. Okay. Blue. Particularly easy to get up this. Okay. It's crazy. You never get a double jump. Never get anything like that. Purples. Is it potentially quicker? Run back here and do that. Need red and orange. There's the orange. Over here. I'm kind of surprised I got that done in one go. And a race. There's kind of no way to do these races any faster though. You jump in the water and screw up if you try to jump. And you're just now getting to the bronze medal. Still trying to finish this race. There's an old NES game called A Boy and His Blob, which I wonder if maybe there was some inspiration around that, although I feel like even in that game, being an NES game, there was I don't feel like there was as much of a funky controls even for A Boy and His Blob as there are here for this game. It is crazy. Everything yellow. I don't know, maybe some really good players could have jumped against these walls. We're still going to be in a real weird position if we actually have to paint 100% of the level. seemed like that was a fairly too simplistic challenge. Okay. I would need to get over on that side to paint that wall. And yeah. Who's to say I haven't missed a whole bunch of other places? This area is just too big. It would be super easy to miss a whole group of radians. It would be super easy to miss pipes that are in higher spots, which I think I've done. I don't even know if that really needs to be painted. Really easy to miss even a single radian, if that matters. The camera's set up in such a way that we wouldn't even see him. This has just been constantly my complaint with this game. Playing the level a second time is not fixing that complaint. Let's see, maybe Z jumping. I guess that's what the block system was supposed to do, is it was supposed to help you see what you've missed. But that's minimally effective, because that only helps you see blocks if you're focusing on blocks. It doesn't, for instance, point out a pipe that you may have missed. Just try and skip through these. Forest. Guess that's not really a forest, is it? It's a fence. Where are we on progress now? We're still bronze. So can I reach a height, eventually hit the block while it's still round? You could potentially spend a lot of time just chasing after the blimp alone. stacked on top of each other buildings. But isn't there also a painting challenge around it? I think there is. So let's start the painting challenge. Okay, Revolutionary Red. Missing 3. 1 minute and 45 to deal with all that. Hit somebody? Got another challenge done. Go and hit that because I'll just turn off the fire. Convert everything that could be converted in this area. I just don't know. Just don't know if I got everything. Or, I mean, I guess technically I know I didn't get everything. That I missed. Pipe. Here. Well, I just gotta go further. But then you also hit this point of kind of difficult return. Maybe not no return. Yeah, I question if I would ever be able to hit the center pipes. I probably need to just attack that from above. That would make more sense. really sure what I'm supposed to do here. I think I'm not really sure what I was supposed to do. It seems like I'm supposed to kill all these enemies. Which, okay. We can take out enemies, I guess. At least we can try. Need one more. Easy to miss trees. Easy to miss. Other elements. Come on. Well, I actually got it that time, didn't I? There's a whole bunch of buildings on the other side of this wall. What this really is just going to come down to is really just running out of the whole level as soon as we accomplish like the gold level. I don't really care enough to try and paint 100% of this level. Particularly this level. This was the only one in the entire game that gave me a decent amount of challenge. Paint this whole section. Seriously. Again, I'm very uncertain as far as just very uncertain on just how much I've hit or missed here. Might be that I'm doing a very good job painting everything. Might be I'm doing a mediocre job. I might hope I was going to make it all the way through that. But no such luck. I've already beaten the whole game though, and I still don't know if Styles give me a score. Like, getting Radiance, I just saw it gave me a score, so I know doing that makes sense. Flame just steals time from you. The question here is those buildings here, up there. Yeah, there's two buildings. Which I'm just gonna kind of ignore. But I would like to know, just like, where are we on progress anyways? We're up to silver. Tone of paint. This will lead to. 50 purple. Not particularly difficult. And that will clear out a lot of the area here, so this would be about the right point in this level to finish all the quests and challenges, because this would be a nice middle section once you've drained it to feel relatively safe. Wander around and go back and collect things that you might have missed. See, I feel like what happened the first time I played this is I was feeling that pressure once again to finish the level because I was running out of time. Green and purple. Get blue first. Green, blue and yellow. Interesting, the soccer ball can be painted. I don't think I would have ever thought of that. Still in a very bad position. So. Struggling to get this one pipe painted. And then several more challenges need to be done. There's still a little room, I guess, for potentially accomplishing what I would have hoped would have been accomplished by finishing all the quests relatively quickly. Radians, another time extension. It does definitely give the feeling though that the whole level and the whole game itself starts to boil down to stalling for more time. And that's not particularly fun. They want forward momentum and action to happen. They don't want to feel like we're just wasting our time or being encouraged to waste our time. Yeah, I think we're definitely feeling, I was feeling some stress first time I played this level because I definitely don't recall doing any of this. I think we rushed. But we're like 75% painted. It should be much higher number. That challenge completed. Let's not do that challenge yet. A lot of these challenges do kind of feel like they are really only giving me time. The game is getting jittery again. And so we have to do this challenge. And so then we have to basically come back to this area. So I don't even know what I'm racing to. Just refilling my health. Okay. I don't know why it's always the yellow ones that I think I can skip. Or the orange ones. New challenges available. Green and blue. Alright, so start with everything green. Then move down to the front part, blue. So yeah, that really does feel like that's just giving me time. So it feels like you potentially are just playing the whole level just for the painting aspect. Yellow. The yellows, yes. Let's come back and join in all the reds. Red. Red. Still good on the reds. Red. 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 It is actually shocking how uncreative this game is for the focus on all the different color elements here. It is way too hand-holding in some aspects. I think I'm supposed to be burning myself on fire. I totally just missed the switch there. attack all around the edge here. One more time. Let's just double check progress here. Oh, we're already gold, so. I guess maybe since I'm a little pot committed here, I'll continue to play, but honestly I should stop playing it at this point. I should just run to the exit. It would be way more logical to do that. Got very little left though, so probably wouldn't hurt. And all these buildings and again, I was probably feeling rushed, so I don't recall actually engaging with this level that much. So now, in this case, I'm going to get thrown out and then probably burned. Let's see. This guy. Double burnt. This one we go again. I can see a system, even if you don't really explain the system completely, where finishing a landmark like this would give you 10% of the buildings you may have missed. And since these levels are fairly linear anyways, it would make some sense to be able to figure out which buildings are the furthest from where you are now and adjust accordingly to give you the best bit of assistance. that the game could give you. I question if there's like another way to stop these. There's the water. Way over here. Let's try and find this last challenge. Yeah. Need 50 red points. To be red. Avoid changing from being red. This level's gonna go really long too. Now, because this has gone too long. But there's not enough of a justification to make another episode. So where are we on progress now? Gradients, 1 billboard, 3 styles. Almost certainly not going to get speed run. Best hope here. Let's see if I can I even get on the other side of this fence? Is there a shortcut to get me over that fence? Because that's basically the beginning of this whole level. Okay. So we jump back down this way. Now that we've done all the challenges, should have something pointing us towards things we missed. And we'll have to jump back down this way. It's those two buildings. Honestly, until we fill in those two buildings, though. And see, I really need to hit this. That's... well, that would give me more time, it doesn't matter, does it? Time doesn't matter. We've got plenty of time. Higher. High up on the buildings. So I see that there's a high section up there. How do I reach that high section? See that there's a high section up there. Gonna be like somehow there even. It feels like this is going to be a long process. You know what? Maybe it's this. This. Let you reach this. And let you cross over here. Reach that, 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 that. Did I get everything else in this area? Clearly I missed some stuff over there. There really is just no way. We are now back to the very beginning of the level. There's all the billboards done. I don't think hitting the cars really matters. There's something on the other side of that wall. If I could just turn the compass on, like before I did all the challenges, then it would be so much easier to beat the level. And I kind of wonder if maybe holding down Y maybe doesn't point towards the one thing that isn't painted when you haven't done all the challenges, but would still make the things, the challenges, the unpainted sections glow. So we've got two buildings. unpainted. Way over there, and you can see some of that's not even spawned in. Have we done all the trees? No. 99% painted in. Missing 4. We're missing 1 style. Side of that wall. Now, there should be 6 radians somewhere. Although there's a distinct possibility that I just won't find them. I'm gonna use this again. There's a couple of pipes here. Next thing, this way. I missed it. Let's just keep on moving. Now what would be really irritating here is we put in all this extra work and still is all for naught. %100% painted. So the game says we have painted 100%. It's no longer pointing towards anything. Which that does mean that there are some radians that I'm probably just not going to be able to find. The only thing I could hope for is to see if I could listen for them. But the painted in radians make noise as much as the unpainted in radians. All the styles. Now you can see that there's I couldn't really pull this off. Grab some more color points. I'd have to get fairly lucky and have the radians that I missed here. one group. So I guess it's possible. There's another group I missed. Really gonna point me towards anything though. But I know I saw some points on the top of the building. Probably indicates I haven't been on top of that building. I thought I saw some points on the top of the building. Yeah, there's points on top of that building. Way over there. We had already gotten all the trees, so that one must have been painted in and then inked. Yeah, the gradients though could be anywhere. The camera's just so bad. Best thing I can do is just run around in a circle and see if I missed them. Almost certainly I missed it in some other section. Multiple times at that. Could, just for safety's sake, go all the way to the top of his. Just to make sure. This, by the way, does not work. So yeah, despite being stubborn, despite putting a lot of time and a lot of effort into it, I still was incapable of getting 100% of the progress, even ignoring the speedrun. So potentially you can just imagine here 3, 4, 5 times. If you're really bad at the game, maybe you have to do a whole run to do billboards, a whole run just to do radians, a whole run to do trees, a whole run to do 100% painted, whole run for each of these challenges. It's unlikely that you would end up doing it more than 3 or 4 times, but even 3 or 4 times is asking quite a lot. See, I don't 100% know if it isn't actually the cars that need to be painted. Maybe each car is considered a radian, and so you would just have to spend extra focus and time at that very beginning painting each car. I don't think that's the case. It could be that there are 6 individual Radians wandering around instead of a group of them. Well, I got lucky there just through stubbornness. Is there a way to speed up leaving this level now, though? Nope. All I can do is try and jump over things, which won't work in most cases. And see, I've spent so much time on this level, I honestly don't feel like doing the challenges. Which doing this level was to unlock the challenges to do the challenge. So I think what I probably want to do, now I've made the classic mistake that I do almost every time at the end of every game, which is overcommit and not take a break and break up the episodes. Seems like every time you Z-jump, you paint the walls behind you, I guess, and maybe that increases your paint. So, yeah, I think I probably just want to try each of the challenges once and not particularly commit to doing all of the challenges. There's not been any achievement unlocked since beating the game and seeing the credits. I just got 2 achievements. Shaken Not Stirred and Gold Seeker. Got gold on every level in the story mode, which 7.7% of players got that. Shaken Not Stirred just says shake, 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 and only 6% of players got that. Okay, so we've done each one of those. We've done the race. So let's see what Lost Freeway is like as a challenge. Race through the traffic but avoid painting the cars.
Blob.
Save your color to paint as many buildings as you can. Each exit pool within the time limit. Interesting. So, there are 51 buildings, and it seems like no refill on it. So you'd have to, I think, pull this off. Okay, quickly. Almost perfectly. Okay, so I hit 7, and so yeah, we kind of know what this entire level is about. I don't think it's really necessary to do this. I could almost certainly pull this off, but it would be frustrating. And it might be a bit of a challenge because you're going to have to avoid not touching any of the cars. which that is basically the exact opposite of every other challenge. And yeah, I don't like that idea. We'd already done all of those. We'd already done all of those. So let's see what this challenge is. Really don't like the idea of avoiding painting things when the entire game. If a tree paints in the forest, does it have an Inky? Blob, bring the forest back to life, paint the trees. Okay. Reach exit pool within the time limit. Some of these mini challenges, if they were a little bit easier, which I'd say they are not getting easier. It might be very good tutorial sections, because it's not like the game did a great job of explaining that you should try to paint trees, or does it do a good job of rewarding you when you do paint the trees, or do any of the side missions, really. Always, this is almost just a pinball-esque, and that you're bouncing. You're trying to bounce as much as possible. This whole area. I guess this is a twist on the ideas of the cavern section. Yeah, it does an interesting twist there in which it makes it kind of a swamp section. Didn't want to play it again.
No?
A little foreknowledge will let you know that if you have no Inky, it's not a problem. source. So I don't know if maybe the idea is that you're supposed to use that as a jump. But yeah, I definitely could do that again. Why does it ask me if I want to go back to the main menu and then take me back to the main menu instead of the story mode? Why does it confirm that and then oddly not hang on? Alright, so we played those. Too many of these levels are all paint levels. Billboard-orama is just going to be paint billboards. Which this challenge in particular will probably be incredibly frustrating. I also feel like it's very weird that we haven't unlocked billboards as a custom art thing. That definitely feels like be something to look forward to. There you go. I really don't even want to give it another try, but let's just for my own interest see what this would look like. So yeah, done well. This is what the experience is probably supposed to be, that you would be able to somehow get some amazing angles for those billboards and bounce back and forth multiple times. There does seem like there is almost a Z lock-in on it. But yeah, definitely going to have to get that in one flow and jump, and it would just be really difficult overall. And see, I'm not even going to get bronze on all of these challenges, so if there was something that unlocked for getting bronze, which there probably is an achievement or something from it, I'm not going to actually accomplish that. This is a lot of Inkies. I think it's also fairly obvious that that intro part where you're banging on the grate could be about half as long. 1 pound on the wall. This is barely playing a video game at all, though, because all you're really doing is Z-targeting a bunch of enemies. Incredibly inconsistent difficulty there. Move, wake up Inky. So it almost feels like we are unlocking some kind of moves, but I don't know how you could use a move. if doing these challenges gave you moves that then all of a sudden corrected for how wonky and difficult it can be, I'd say about a sixth of the time while playing throughout the main story game there were some wonky controls there. So if moves address that issue, that would be frustrating. Using these conveyor belts, which we never used them actually in the main story section. These pushers, showing how they can be really annoying. But then this is a race, so yeah. Even if we could accomplish all the other styles of challenges, maybe you would suck at races. What I'd much prefer, instead of just getting moves, well, first of all, if moves actually were going to make the blob control better, that's insane that you wouldn't unlock those abilities throughout the process of getting towards the credits in the main story. But I would probably notice more of a amount of helpfulness if I just did larger amounts of damage or ink splashing. Okay. How am I supposed to... the move here is to take on enemies as fast as possible by moving as much as possible. Whoops. Just didn't have enough ink. So we'll build up our ink and go around the second time and see if you have enough time to actually go around the second time. I don't think you probably do. So a slightly different experience there, where you would have to make sure you have enough resources. Paint as many buildings as possible, specific colors. If you can land in the water, use the cannon, wind cannons to recover. Shortcut leads to the exit pool if you're short on time. So I suspect this adding experience will be more difficult. Let's see. Your natural instincts that you would have learned from playing the game would have been to paint the walls too. One mess up though, and then you're just ruined. Yeah, and there's just no correcting for that, really. So wind cannon may help you get to the end, but you can't go back even if you have a little bit of time and try and get it gold. You just have to play again, which that's a reoccurring theme really for this whole game. Is it really wants to waste your time by making you play levels 4 or 5 times. Now see, this seems like just a more simplistic challenge, but it's going to require wall running, and this may highlight just how terrible I am at the wall running, or how terrible the wall running is in general. You'd think being shot in the air that your first move would be to lock on to an enemy and gain some paint and all of that. So yeah, I don't even know if I'm supposed to hold the A button down while wall running or what. So yeah, I just missed a very large amount of them in the trees. I can't even exit, can I? I bet I didn't get a high enough score. So let's just restart.
Blob.
Yeah, you get tossed up in the air, and you're back in the water. I don't know if even at this point I will get enough of a score. guess a big part of it is also the trees. Let's go back and look. Can we do anything here? No. Tree to here, and that got me a bronze medal. Barely. And then getting a bronze medal got me a move grapple test. I feel like these moves are probably just extra stuff. That's it. So 2 more things. We have what looks like might be a boss battle that they just maybe wanted you to unlock even with silver. Nope, it's a landmark battle.
Blob. Blob.
Mix secondary colors, it seems. Had to jump. Okay. I think I get the idea here. So this is all about being really good at wall jumping. Yeah, weirdly you would have to also be very fast, and I wouldn't even be able to tell you what pattern or path you were supposed to take there, because it definitely felt like that was just a square. That definitely felt different. Not good though. Just kind of a lazy thought. Then we have our final challenge to wrap up this series. Race to the top of the tower, which that's a really tall building, and that cinematic flyover showing it is very interesting. I wish we saw a lot more of that in the main game. Yeah, the idea to be very close to the end and knocked over, even set back a little bit, would be very frustrating. Jump there, so let's give that one more try, but almost certainly I'm not gonna make it all the way to the end here. Yeah, you can lock that, you can lock that, then you have to walk a little bit back to actually hit the flare. That. You can hit that. And then I guess the idea here is you're getting elevated platforms now. fairly wonky here. I thought that was going to be a much longer race. Much, much longer. Okay, so all gold here, all gold here, one silver here, all gold here, all gold here, one that was not finished at all there, a bronze there, the silver and the not finished there, 2 bronze there, and a not finished in gold. So about half of these challenges not finished. I couldn't really care less about that though. So, as far as gallery stuff, what's new? I don't know. Clearly, vehicles would be unlocked by accomplishing something else. Yeah, I think we'd already looked at Radians. I think we'd already looked at this. And it does kind of feel like things maybe unlock at a linear order. This like octopus was in a challenge but not in the main game. Instead they're going for more music themes and skating themes, whereas the octopus doesn't really connect with that idea. Different concept arts for different designs. Different experiments on what the main menu would have looked like, which noticeably a lot of these styles maybe are a little too extreme, too artistic for a main menu, or for what they eventually ended up with, but also a lot of them look better than what we ended up with. These, I guess, are the posters, the billboards, so you do get to see them, although not individual and not zoomed in fully. Instead, they're in odd little groupings. Perhaps the groupings allow you to see that for every one type of billboard that the Gradients had, it would turn into the other type of the billboards. Which that's not something I really got, but so I don't think it really matters that much. And then looks like we probably unlocked a bunch of just concept art or other kind of advertisement movies there. Is them thinking of having a grapple feature, which I assume became the Z-jump feature. And they're showing off a slam ability which doesn't actually exist in the game. Yeah.
The war on color. Victory is ours.
Actual voice acting in this movie.
This glorious moment, as the ghastly nightmare of color has, once and for all, been banished from our lives. I think I speak for all of us when I say, thank you, Inked. Forevermore, our gray and pleasant
Clearly,
land.
the only reason that there isn't voice acting in this game is because they didn't want to have to pay to localize it into other languages. So we missed out on an attack test video and a ribbon test video. We got all the cutscenes from the story, and so those. What's the final count on awards? We ended up with 69 out of 100. And I just don't feel like getting the time ones are worth it. Or getting any of the awards are worth it. It really is a case where less is more. If they hadn't had awards, if they hadn't had a timer system in the levels, if they would just let you play and free paint effectively. Did we ever unlock the final music? I'm not sure we did. You can't even free paint in the final level. Interesting. I wonder why that's the case. It would seem to me like free painting in the final level would work just as well. Yep. And there's nothing here, like, as far as the free painting aspect. It's just a really poorly thought out concept in that you just don't have a timer. And then you can just paint everything. Yeah. I'm trying to hit the terraformer thing, but you have to smash the terraformer thing. Yet the game is jumping me past it. Yeah, I just don't get the idea here. The only thing that would make sense is that free paint would be helpful to let you know where collectibles were. But that would only make sense if the time limits were actually quite more constrained than they already are in the regular story mode, to the point where when you ran out of time you would get kicked out of the level or die permanently, which that's just not how it actually works. The ink in this level is still around. The enemies are gone. So the idea of a peaceful mode does perhaps have some appeal. What happens if I hit the Inky walls? Well, I'm invincible, nothing. Interesting. So, getting in this mode save you some time. I just don't get it. I just don't get why you would make a free play mode like this instead of like saving your progress. Which noticeably the game's not even warning you that you would lose progress, but I know you lose progress, because if that wasn't the case, then going back to like this level would have some things painted in, and it doesn't. Yeah, weirdly I wish I had more to say about this game. I wouldn't definitely recommend it in your top 100 games you must play. It's very skippable. I do think there's the beginning of an idea here, but I think it's implemented pretty poorly. There's basically no interesting narrative at all in the game, and the level design is boring, and the camera control's terrible, the platforming is terrible. The game puts undue pressure on you with a timer system. The game doesn't save your progress. The game does not run smoothly at all. There's just a lot of negative things to say, but because it's a fairly simplistic game, it's also very easy to kind of ignore all of that and say, oh well, this is just one of those Wii games like Wii Bowling, which are fun for a minute or an hour or two and were never really designed to be played all the way through. You can see that in the Steam achievements that highlight the number of people that beat the final level is at about 11% on Steam. Yeah. And I guess I'll just leave it at that. So we don't need to actually watch this trailer all the way through. That's going to be it for this series. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to support me further, there's a link down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.